Dr. Archibald Lecha is a Volta Regional Minister. He's joined us on the line. Doc, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to your listeners.
Good evening. I've tried to give a quick summary of events as we have gathered here, but you have a better brief because you are the man in charge of coordinating all municipalities and districts in the region. Which of your municipalities and districts have been affected? What have you gathered so far?
Well, thank you very much. It was a heavy downpour on Saturday afternoon. It started around 3 p.m. and a lot of places got flooded. The gutters were choked. Many homes were flooded. Many businesses were affected. And it took, the rain lasted for about 2-3 hours. And around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., many places were flooded. But around 6 p.m., in most places, the floods began to recede. So a lot of damage was caused to people's homes and people's businesses, and some of the roads have also been affected. So from yesterday, the NADMO, the Adore Department of the Ministry of Western Housing, and Ministry of the Urban Roads Department and Highway Authority, they've been assessing the damage to recommend to us what must be done. There will be a need for relief items to be distributed to displaced persons. Unfortunately, I had to leave for Accra. But the Municipal Chief Executive is on the ground with the NADMO directors, and then the road engineers and hydrology people are also on the ground assessing the situation. But it was a very, very heavy rain. Very, very, very heavy.
Is this unusual in the Volta region, specifically in Ho?
Yeah, it rains. But a lot of things are changing. Global warming, climate change. But the Saturday's rain was extremely heavy. It was torrential. It was not. Within a few hours, almost every place got flooded. And I happened to be in a church at that time for a function. I knew it was raining, but I didn't know it was so serious till we got out of the church and realized that most of the vehicles that had come to the church were floating in water. So, and it was very difficult. Some of the roads in Ho were not passable. The major street, then we call it the Upper Street, they were all flooded. So we had to go through Anago Koji to other places to find out what was going on. But fortunately, around 6 p.m., the situation was much better. But people's rooms, houses were flooded, walls were broken, and a lot of damage was caused. It was a very, very heavy rain.
So it's not so much about the longevity of the rain, but rather the volumes that came down.
The volume was serious, my brother Maru. The volume was serious. There was no wind; it was just pouring, and it took all of us by surprise. And I know many people were not prepared. There were many traders who were in their shops. There was a shop that was the walls were broken down, and a lot of damage has been caused. I'm sure your reporters might have given you the details.
Indeed, we have pictures and videos that we've been sharing on Citi TV. But I do know that you have lots of road construction happening in the capital. Could it be that the drains that are still under construction may have caused the devastation we saw, so the water had no way to go than to enter people's homes and destroy their properties?
No, thank you. The drains are available. The drains have been completed. The drains are available, but there's a capacity for every drain. If the volume of water is much more than the drain can accommodate, then there will be overflow. So I think that it's just the sheer volume of water that caused this havoc. But we just a lot of actions are being taken by the Assembly. We want to, there are obviously structures on the waterways that have to be cleared. And I believe that we have to do that before we have another heavy rain. So the Municipal Assembly, the NADMO, and other institutions are working hard to address the issue so that if we have another heavy rain, it will not cause so much havoc.
Okay. I've heard that you are carrying out a demolition exercise of buildings on waterways. That would amount to closing the stables after the horses have bolted, wouldn't you agree? And that is an afterthought that should have been dealt with before the rains?
You know that we are all aware that building permits are issued by municipal assemblies. And we have to find out why those people, unless they were building without permits, why those buildings were allowed along the waterways. But I've been told that the municipal assembly was embarking on a demolition exercise this morning. But as I told you earlier, I'm not in the region at the moment, but I'm receiving constant reports from what is going on around. I'll return tomorrow to assess what has been going on.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Doc.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's Dr. Archibald Lecha. He's a Volta Regional Minister.